nearby. Also, we'll be able to find the restaurants accordingly with the location that we have mentioned in the input. So these things will be building with the help of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as well as we'll be making use of REST API. So let's start by creating the HTML file. I'll just create the HTML file and name this one as index.html. Also, I'll just create the CSS file and name this one style.css. Let's wait for some time. Yeah. Next, what I'll do, I'll just go to index.html. I'll create a very basic HTML template, right? So next, what I'll do, I'll just give the title restaurant finder, right? Then let's link the style sheet as well. Along with href will give the path and name style.css. Next, what we'll do, I'll just start writing the HTML code, right? Initially, what I'll do, I'll just consider the header tag. After considering the header tag, I'll just consider h1 within header tag. Within h1, I'll just copy paste the same thing. I'll give the name restaurant finder. So next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the main tag. So within the main tag, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the input. Type will be text itself. ID, I'll give search input. Also, placeholder, let me give enter a location. So this is it for the input. Then I'll just consider one button. I'll give the name find nearby restaurants, right? So I'll make use of ID and I'll give the name find restaurant, right? So this is it for the button. Next, what I'll do, I'll just create the div and I'll just give ID restaurants, right? I'll just format this document once. This is it for the main. So next, what I'll do, I'll just create the footer tag, right? So I'll just make use of the p tag. Inside the p tag, let me create the anchor tag and give the link basically. This is the link I wanted to give. Then whenever I click on it, so it has to, it will go to the next page. So I'll just make use of target blank. Also give the name of the link restaurant finder by Bharat. You can give your name and you can give the link of your choice. So this is it for the HTML. Let me format this document once. Next, what I'll do, let's start writing the CSS code, right? So I just wait. So I'll just close this one. So yeah, I just want to make use of the Miranda font. For that one, I'll just open the Chrome. I'll search for Miranda font. So click on the first link, get font, get embed code, import. I'll just copy the 2 lines, right? So I'll just copy this one and paste it over. Yeah, 1 second. So yeah, next what I'll do, I'll make use of the body. Let me go here again. I'll just copy this one, font family. So the primary font will be making use of Miranda. If something goes wrong, will be making use of cursive. Next, I'll give margin 0, padding 0, background color 121212, color I'll be making use of white, and let me make use of display flex, justify content. Not justify content. I'll be making use of flex direction column, min height of 100 be height, right? So this is it for the body. Next, let's style for the header and footer. What I'll do, I'll just go here to the HTML. I'll just copy the header and I'll paste it over here. Header also will style for the footer. I'll just copy the same thing. So let me give the background color, this one, also color of white, text align, center, padding 100. So this is it for the header and footer. Next, we'll be styling for the H1 in the header and paragraph tag in the footer. I'll just give header H1, also footer P, right? So I'll just give margin 0. This is it for the H1 and P tag inside the header and footer. So next we'll design for the anchor tag inside the footer. For that one, I'll be giving the footer. I'll just copy the anchor tag, right? And just paste it over here. So color, I'll give FF6347. So we don't need any text decoration. So I'll just give text decoration. Next, let's style for the same thing, but on hover, right? So I'll just make use of the hover and give whenever we hover on the link. So I'll just make use of the text decoration underline. So next, let's start styling for the main. I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So main, I'll just give flex 1, display flex direction, column, align items, center, justify content, center, padding 2 rem. So this is it for the main. Next, let's style for the search input. So where is search input? This one, right? We have given ID of search input. I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. Let me give font family of the same thing. I'll just copy this one and just paste it over here, right? Font family, same thing, we'll be making use of Miranda cursive. So padding 1 rem, font size 1 rem, width of 80%, margin bottom of 1 rem, also max width will give 600 pixel. We don't need any border, so I'll just give border none. Border radius of 5 pixel, outline none. So this is it for the search input, right? So next we'll style for the button. So again, I'll just make use of the same font family. So I'll give font family Miranda in cursive, background color I'll just make use of double F 6347, right? So then color, I'll be making use of white. Also border, I'll just give none. Padding 1 rem and 2 rem. Font size 1.2 rem. Cursor pointer, also transition, let me give background color 0.3 seconds. Is also will make use of transform 0.3 seconds. Again is, so border radius of 5 pixels, margin bottom of 2 rem, box shadow 0, 4 pixel, 6 pixel, RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.1. So this is it for the button. We'll just stay for the same thing but on hover, right? So I'll just make use of hover. I'll just choose the darker background color. I'll just make use of double F 4500. So let me make use of the transform property, transform of scale. I'll just give 1.05. So this is it for the button on hover. Next, let's style for the restaurants, right? So where is this restaurant? This one, right? ID we have given restaurant. So just paste here. Let me give width of 100%, max width of 1200 pixel, display flex will rack, so we'll make use of flex rack. Gap between the cards will be giving 1.5 rem, and justify content center. So this is it for the restaurant. So we'll be styling for the restaurant cards, right? 1 second. So basically restaurant cards, this is not coming from the index.html file. So this will be creating inside the JavaScript file. The HTML, this HTML will be creating inside the JavaScript file. So just follow along with me. I'll just give background color of 1F, 1F, 1F. Next, let me make use of border radius of 10 pixel, box shadow 8 pixel, RGBA 0, 0, 0.3. So next, padding of 1.5 rem, width let me give 33.33, minus 1 rem. Width, so sorry, this is not width, basically text align, center, transition, transform of 0.3 seconds is box shadow 0.3 seconds is, right? So this is it for the restaurant cards, right? So next we'll be styling for the h2 inside the class restaurant card. So we just make use of restaurant card. One second, this has to be a restaurant card, not restaurant cards. So restaurant card will be styling for the h2, right? So margin I'll give 0.5 rem as well as 0. Next, color I'll give SS 634, right? Next, font size I'll just give 1.5 rem. So next, I'll just style for the P inside restaurant card class, right? I'll just make use of a restaurant card P margin. Sorry, this will be margin. Margin again I'll be considering 0.5 rem 0. Font size 1 rem. Color CCC, right? This is it for the P tag inside the restaurant card. Next we'll be styling for the restaurant card on forward. So I'll be making use of forward. Let's give transform translate y. This is vertically. So of -5 pixel I'll give. Next, let me give box shadow of 0, 8 pixel, 16 pixel, RGBA of. I'll just change this one to 0.5. This is it for the restaurant card on hover. Next, let's style for the restaurant map, right? So width I'll give 100%, height 200 pixel, margin bottom of 1 rem, border radius of 10 pixel. So this is it for the restaurant map. Next we'll style for the restaurant image. So width I'll give 100%, border radius of 10 pixel. So next, this is it for the CSS. So let me format this one. Also, let's make this responsive. I'll just make use of the media queries for that one, so that it is responsive on all devices. I'll just mention this one as responsive styles. Let me comment this one. Right. So I'll just make use of media queries. So yeah, at media, max width of, I'll just consider 1100 pixel. So let's style for the restaurant card. So width I'll give 50% minus 1 frame. Next, let's style for the, I'll again consider media, max width of 750 pixel. Let's style for the restaurant card. Width I'll give this time 33.33% minus 1. Finally, again I'll make use of the media, and this time I'll be giving max width of 600 pixel. Also will be styling for the button and restaurant card. Button, initially what I'll give, width of 100%, font size of 1 rem. Also, a restaurant card, width of 100%, right? This is it for the CSS. Let me format this document once. So what I have done is, I have installed an extension called live server. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, this one. So what this does is, so whenever we make changes in the HTML, right? Basically, so whatever in the HTML file, if we are making changes in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, whenever we make changes in the HTML file, so the changes will directly get reflected in the browser. Rather than reloading the page again and again to see the changes, we can make use of this extension. I'll close this one. Let me right click on the index.html file and click on open with live server. So let's wait for some time. Yeah, now this is looking like this. So initially what we can do, if I click on find nearby restaurants, I have to get all the nearby restaurants with the map, the location of it, and also the latitude, longitude of it, and we'll be getting the cuisines and also name, I think. I don't know. We'll be doing that with the help of the API, right? So that we'll be doing with the help of JavaScript. Also, based on the location also, we'll be able to find the restaurant. So if I give, suppose if I give the location Bangalore and click on find nearby restaurants, and we have to get all the restaurants in the Bangalore, right? Most of the restaurants that we'll be making use of this one, JavaScript. With the help of JavaScript, we'll be making use of the API and we'll be getting all the restaurants. So what we'll do, let's start by creating the JavaScript file. I'll just create index.js file. I'll just place the JS file after the closing of body tag, right? So let me give src or index.js. Let me format this document once. So give me a second. Yeah. Let's start writing the JS file. I'll move this JS file to the right side. So yeah, let's start writing the JavaScript file. Initially, what I'll do, so we'll give the event listener for the button click to find the nearby location, right? For that one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the document dot get element by ID. This will be find restaurants. Find restaurants where this is coming from. Just give me a second. Here, right? Button. So I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. Find restaurants. I'll just add the event listener of click, right? So then we'll call the function. I'll just make use of the variable name location. Let me give document dot get element by ID of search input, right? Where is this search input coming from? Here. Inside the input, we have given the ID name of search input. I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. We have to get the value of it. For that one, I'll give value and we'll be trimming the white spaces, right? So this is just the value. Sorry, one second. Give me a second. Yeah. Just make use of the trim. Next is location. Then what we'll do, fetch location coordinates of location. So still we haven't written the fetch location coordinates function. We'll be writing this one in the future. So just follow along with me. Else if navigator dot geolocation. I'll just give navigator dot geolocation. We'll be getting the current position, so I'll just make use of get current position. Show restaurant by position, also show error. So we haven't written show restaurant by position as well as show error function yet. We'll be writing that one in the future. So else, let's give the alert. If the location is not found, we'll give the alert. I'll just give location is not supported by the browser, right? So this is it. Next, what we'll do, give me a second. So next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to fetch location coordinates based on the input that we give, or based on the user input, we'll write the function to fetch the location, right? I'll just create the function. Fetch location coordinates. Location. So we'll be giving the API, right? So 1 second, give me a second. I already have the API. I'll just copy paste the same thing. You can type the same thing, or I have mentioned the GitHub link in the description. You can get the API from there itself. So next, we'll be making use of fetch. So I'll give the this one variable name, right? This one. So next, we'll be making use of then. We'll pass the response as JSON. For that one, I'll just make use of the response dot.json. So next, again, I'll make use of then. Have to show the data. For that one, I'll be considering the data. If the length of the data, right, if it is greater than 0, then we'll be making use of, this is nothing but latitude and longitude. Data of 0. I'll just make use of fetch restaurants function. We haven't written this one yet. We'll be writing in this this function in the future. I'll just make use of latitude and longitude, right? Else, we'll just show the alert, simple alert, that is location not found. This is it. Then what we'll do, I'll just make use of the catch. If there is any problem with the API, or if you find if you are unable to make use of the API, then we have to display the error, right? For that one, we'll be making use of catch error boundary. So what I'll do, I'll just make use of log, console log. Sorry, just give this one capital E. I'll just give error fetching location data from nominator. I'll call error here. So this is it for the get. So this is it for the fetch location coordinate function. Coordinates function, sorry. Yeah. Next, what we'll do, give me a second. We'll write the based on the user's geolocation or based on the geolocation that we give, right? So we'll be writing the function to fetch the restaurants. For that one, what I'll do, let's start writing the function. So show restaurants by position, right? So I'll just make use of the parameter position. So here within the object, let me take latitude as well as the longitude. So this is coordinates, right? I'll just give words. So next, what I'll do, fetch restaurants. This one, this function we have to write yet. We haven't written. So I'll just make use of the latitude and longitude, right? So this is it for this function, basically. Next, what we'll do, give me a second. So next, based on the provided coordinates, so this one we have already written location, fetch location coordinates, right? Based on the provided coordinates, we have to write the function to fetch the restaurants. So let's start writing the function. So what I'll do, I'll just give const. So fetch restaurants will pass latitude and longitude as parameters. So let me just give me a second. Did I miss anything? So yeah, here let's make use of the API. I'll just copy and paste this one. So again, you can type the same thing, or else I have given the GitHub link in the description. You can get the API from there itself. So next, what we'll do, I'll just make use of the fetch. Let me give overpass endpoint, right? This one, the variable name above, just we have taken, pointing to the API. So I'll just make use of then. So we'll parse the response as JSON. So for that one, I'll just be making use of response.json. Next, let's consider data. I'll make use of the variable name restaurants data.elements. Next, I'll make use of the variable name restaurants container. For this one will be, we'll make use of get element by ID of restaurants, right? So I'll just use of restaurants. Where this restaurants is coming from, basically, give me a second, this one, right? ID. I'll just copy this one. Did I type anything wrong? Yeah, I have misspelled here. I'll just paste this one itself. So I'll just make use of restaurants container. Inner HTML will set this one to empty string. So we'll why this one will be giving empty string, just to clear the previous results. I'll give clear previous results. So this is it. Then what we'll do, one second. Yeah, next what we'll do, I'll just make use of the if condition. If the length of the restaurants, if it is equal to 0, a restaurants container will be making use of inner HTML. If it is 0, right, the length of the restaurants, then we'll give, no restaurants find nearby, or nearby no restaurants found, something. I'll just give no restaurants found nearby. Found nearby. So next, I'll just make use of the return. So we'll return nothing, right? So after this one, let me make use of the restaurants for each. I'll make use of a restaurant. So here I'll make use of the variable name card. We'll be creating the element using the document.create element. So what we'll create? We'll create the div, right? So I'll just give the class name of the div. Just set the same thing. Class name, right? Class name of the created div. What will I give? Let me give a restaurant card, right? So while styling here, I said we'll be making use of this one. We'll be creating the div and we'll be giving the class name inside the JavaScript file, right? I had just asked to follow along with me. This is the one basically. So I have created the restaurant card here. So next, what I'll do, let's create the card element. I'll just write here, comment this one and write create the card content. Sorry, not card element. Basically, I'll make use of the inner HTML, right? Card dot inner HTML. So first, what I'll do, we'll be making use of API again. So I have this one with me already. We'll be making use of anchor tag. Within the anchor tag, we'll be on click of the this thing, will be taking to the particular location within the map, right? So I'll just give this one. So inside the h2 tag, I'll take restaurant tags dot. This is coming from the API. Basically, it is the name of the restaurant. So if the name is not found, basically when we search and the name of the restaurant is not found from the API, within the API, what we'll do, we'll just name this one as unnamed restaurant. Alright. So I'll be closing this h2 tag. So let's close the anchor tag as well, right? So then I'll be making use of the p tag. Within the p tag, what we'll do, let's get the cuisine, or if the cuisine is not found, right? So is not mentioned in the API. So then in the card will be displaying cuisine not specified. So I'll just close the p tag. So did I miss anything here? Just give me a second. Nothing. Yeah, everything is right. So next what I'll do, again I'll consider the p tag. So let's display the latitude and longitude, right? So for that one, I'll be giving a restaurant latitude, also longitude. Within the I'll be making use of string interpolation. Let's give longitude. So this is it. Then what we have to do, we have to append this one. Append the card to the container, right? For that purpose, I'll just comment this one and write append the card to the container. So restaurants container will make use of append child. We have to card, right? So we are appending the card to the container. So next what I'll do, I'll just make use of catch if anything is wrong in the API. So we'll just display the error. I'll just make use of console log, and I'll give error fetching data from overpass API. So the name of the API is overpass. So I'll just give overpass API. So I'll just pass the error. So this is it. Then finally what we'll do, we'll write the function to handle the geolocation errors. I will just write the function to handle the different geolocation errors. So for that one, I'll create the function show error. So inside, we'll just consider the parameter error. So let's make use of switch case dot code. So initially, let me consider case error. I'll just give permission denied. So in that case, I'll give the alert of what shall I give? User denied the request for geolocation. So this is one thing. Let me make use of break. For the next case, again error permission instead of permission denied. Here I'll give unavailable. So for that one, I'll just give alert location information is unavailable. Unavailable, right? Sorry. I'll just make use of break again. So next, I'll just copy the same thing basically twice. Let me copy this one, paste here. Again, I'll copy the same thing. Let me format this document once. So this is, instead of unavailable, this will be, sorry, I'll just delete the unavailable. this will be error dot timeout. So the alert I'll give, just delete the whole thing. Let me give the request to get user location timed out. So this is it for the alert. We have given break, and this time the last one is error dot. I'll just make use of unknown error. So here alert I'll give an unknown error occurred, something like that. I'll just give an unknown error occurred, right? So this is it. This is it for the JavaScript. Let me format the document once. So yeah, this is it for the JavaScript. So yeah, let's check now once. So initially what I'll do, I'll click on find nearby restaurants. So we are not getting the restaurants, right? So something is wrong. Let's check what is wrong. So what mistake that I have done is, in the line number 37 and the response while typing, here I have given semicolon, right? This semicolon is not required. So now let me format the document once again and let me check now, right? So let's check. I'll just go here. I'll just click on open with live server. So yeah, let me click on find nearby restaurant. So for if I click on only find nearby restaurants, I haven't given any particular location. So nearby location, these are the restaurants, right? Udupi Garden, Suksagar, Dhyanananda Bhavan, Sri Raghavendra. These are all the restaurants, right? So if I click on this one, Udupi Garden, the first one. So this one is showing the exact location. Let me zoom this one. 1 second. Give me a second. Yeah. So here you can see Udupi Garden. So you are getting the exact location as well. So let's check with another restaurant. So here there is Nisarga. I'll just click on this one. So I'll just zoom this one. So here you can see this is Nisarga. So you are getting the exact location as well. The OpenStreetMap API. So here in this website you can zoom in, zoom out. Also you'll get to see show my location, layers, map key. You can share the location as well. You are having the share option. You can add the note for the particular location. So if you want to go somewhere, this will also be helpful. And finally, query features. So I'll just close this one. So everything is fine. We are getting the cuisine as well, Chinese. If the cuisine is not mentioned in the API, so we'll be displaying cuisine not specified. So finally, we are getting the latitude and longitude as well, right? Everything is working properly. When I click on the restaurant name, so it will take to the OpenStreet map basically. There you can get the exact location of the restaurant as well. So everything is working properly. Finally, what we'll do, let me search with for the exact location. Let me give Bangalore and click on find nearby restaurants. So you can see first one it is showing most of the restaurants. So whatever the restaurants that is mentioned in the API, we are getting Shanti Sagar, Nandini, Pizza Hut, and then so let me click on the Pizza Hut, right? Let's check this once. So I'll just zoom this one. So we are getting here, right? The exact location. So yeah, this is working properly. So next, what I'll do, I'll just search the restaurant based on the location. one last time. I'll just give New Delhi and let me click on find nearby restaurant. So yeah, we have got all the restaurants, right, along with the cuisine, latitude and longitude. So Hotel Metropolis, so this is international, latitude and longitude is mentioned. So when I click on the Hotel Metropolis, so it will take to the OpenStreetMap this thing, and let's check for the exact location once. So yeah, here we are getting Hotel Metropolis. Everything is working properly, right? So one last thing, we have mentioned the API footer at the end. On click of the footer, it has to take to the my this thing YouTube page, right? I mean, this is taking me to the correct link. So everything works proper. This is it. Thanks for watching, guys.